It's your boy, Tim Brown. I am learning about Internet of Things and smart devices in home services and in roofing. And I was curious if you guys wanted to talk about it and learn about it with me. I'm using this new series, Home Service Trendspotting. This is the look of it. To talk about these things, look into them, find out more about them. So if you have something that's a smart device in home service or roofing right now, comment below. If you know of one that you're looking at one, I'm going to talk about ones in home and mainly HVAC and roofing right now. So I'm going to present my screen. Looking at Smart AC, which is one of them. This is sensors around the home. You know, the way it was taught, to me, is like these sensors go in different parts of the home: filter sensor, water sensor. Let's say they go behind like the washer machine or the fridge or different things, and essentially understand when something goes wrong quicker. And there's an app to it for the homeowner. Looks pretty cool. What I'm seeing is a lot of the businesses that, like home service businesses that sold, then they go and create these awesome things or invest in these awesome things. Like I know that this one invested in by Ken Goodrich. And I'm curious what you guys think about this one. Do you think this is going to help folks retain more homeowners? The next one is Nuve. And this one is, what I like about it is this branded app. So actually the logo of your company goes right here, which I think is pretty sweet. And then you have, you got app. This is my favorite part. I just like it for marketing. And then it has an app and, all the same things that a lot of these smart thermostats have, but I really like it because of the, they have remote monitoring, proactive alerts, and essentially that the customer has their own app and it's branded to your company and things like that. I think that that's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet stuff. And in roofing, I want to share these two devices. It was a little bit harder to find ones in roofing, but these are two that I found. Monitorix Roof IoT, which is like, what is this, Danish maybe or something? But it's essentially these things that go down into flat roofs, into the actual like membrane, and allow you to understand temperature and moisture, which is kind of crazy, I guess, that it because it has to penetrate to be able to to know if there's moisture in the roof at all. And then the other one is Tensio. I think this one's a little bit more like it shows based on, here, let me try to zoom in here a little bit on this. As you can see, it shows what might be going on the roof. It helps for preventative roof maintenance. Level of stress based on the weight of snow. And then you have an app, essentially. So if I think it's essentially to avoid roofs caving in, things like that. So I'm just kind of getting into what's out there for Internet of Things and home services and check it all out. I'm curious what you guys have to say. I'm mainly, one of the biggest ones that I know a lot of people know about is Smart AC. What do you think's coming? I think is my actual, what I want to talk about. I'm excited about looking at these apps and looking at what home service businesses are doing once they exit their companies and are trying to hey, we had this major problem, either to connect with more homeowners, or we know this is the ideal of where it should go for homeowners, like their experience. I think Smart AC is a good example of you can do preventative stuff because quicker. And so I'm just curious about that. What else is coming? You know what I mean? What else is I think I think the roof of the future, the HVAC unit, and the heating and cooling inside homes, I think that there's a lot of these things coming. The Internet of Things, smart devices that help us assess problems before they happen. I actually think on the roofing side that a lot of insurance companies might be part of it. Yeah, insurance companies might be part of us because right now, insurance providers in some areas of the country are sending out notice of loss, NOL emails, or NOL, like essentially getting in front of homeowners before they even know they have a problem because they know that there was issues in their area, which sounds crazy. And I don't know if it's going to be that big of a thing, but if it was, if they wanted to assess and fix problems in the way that they want to do it, not the way the contractor wants to do it, then they might be part of creating these things. But I predict in the next 5 years that you'll have a lot of roofing company owners that are exiting their roofing companies and coming up with very like smart apps, Internet of Things type solutions to assess problems and to allow roofers to compete essentially on that. And I do think that like some of it will be lead gen. You know what I mean? Like how can we know about these problems with with roofs before the homeowner does? Because you can see that in HVAC right now, right? You can see that's essentially the intention, is to know about these problems that they have with their units and with their moisture levels and their heating and cooling problems before the homeowner even knows. And so they can make that into a lead for themselves. And essentially, smart AC, for instance, and I'll pull that website up again here. That's the intention for that one, is to find out the problem before the homeowner does. And that's what they're trying to do. So this is already coming. This is already and I'm going to be curious how this affects marketing and lead gen. Now, right now, it might be 1% of people, like contractors, trying to look into this stuff, trying to figure this out. But it's more just like, hey, keep an eye on this. How can we use this for lead gen? If you want to try it, experiment with it, I don't think and I might partner with them, so excuse me, but I don't think the Nuve thing, you have to even have too much of imagination to know that having your logo on the thermostat is good for you. And I keep on saying this over and over again with different things related to roofing, but I think there needs to be more stickiness with the homeowner, either with like a sticker on their garage door opener or some kind of clarity around who services that roof. Because I think HVAC already has that down. Maybe it's not, maybe there won't be a ton of these sensors yet. Sensors in the attic, for instance. I think a sensor in the attic could give you an adequate idea about and right now it's just on commercial roofs that they're marketing this stuff. But a sensor in the attic could give somebody, just like smart AC really, could give a roofing company understanding that there's more moisture than there needed to be in the attic and why and what that might be. So this stuff to me is coming. It's interesting. It's fun. It gives us some sense of what might happen in the next 5-10 years. And once again, I think that it's going to be cool because I think a lot of roofing company owners are going to invest in things like this after they exit their company or after they take chips off the table at the roofing company. They're going to want that money to go somewhere. We've already seen that in HVAC. I think it's all very interesting. I hope you guys find it interesting too. Comment below on any of the spots where this is out. I'm going to try to see if there's any comments. Any other things that you've seen for Internet of Things or smart devices in home services and roofing? I'm just looking around on the different things because sometimes they don't come in on my StreamYard to see if you guys are commenting at all. And if not, all good. But if you watch this later, comment below. Sometimes they don't. What are you seeing? What are you seeing out there? Basically, it's going to be a big 10 years if Internet of Things and smart devices are a part of that. Or if you're going to invest in something else once you sell your home service business or roofing company, comment below too. What are you going to invest in with all that money if you exit? All right, guys. Thanks. Bye.